What's up, fight fans? I'm J.Cotto. Welcome to J.Cotto's Fight Page. And I'm bringing you a special edition of Late Night Boxing Talk. And I just got to say, congratulations, Manny Pacquiao, and to the rest of Top Rank Boxing. Hashtag thank you, Bob Arum. Hashtag thank you, Top Rank Boxing. Man, you just gotta love boxing, man. You just have to love the sport of boxing. Because when it's on the rise, it's on the rise. 2016 ending, and 2017 is going to be even better. Let's just groove for a bit. Woo! Woo! Now, we're going to talk some boxing. Now, I just have to say this, guys. We had a great night of boxing. You know what I mean? A great night of boxing. There's nothing I can take away from anybody except for Shaming's opponent, which was doing nothing. But Valdez, congratulations to you. Young, hard-hitting talent. And let's keep our eyes out on Valdez, the Gator. You know what I mean? I just have to say, man, you know, Nonito Donaire gave one hell of a good performance. He did what he could. And just basically, man, it is what it is, man. Top Rank Boxing gave us a good card. I give it an A-. And it is what it is, man. Now, let's talk about Manny Pacquiao's performance. Now, you guys who don't like me or don't like hashtag come back to boxing are more than likely going to call me a pactard. You go ahead and do that. You go ahead and do that. But I've got to give props where props is due. Salute. Hashtag come back to boxing. Manny Pacquiao, congratulations. And new. I mean, a knockdown, which was clear, as well as Floyd Mayweather, the prize fighter from Vegas, being at ringside, and them asking him, "So, what do you think? What do you think?" And this was Floyd. Is that jealousy or what? See, this is what we mean about a prize fighter and a legacy fighter. Manny Pacquiao is fighting these hungry lions, and his next move will most likely be Terence Crawford. I mean, he said when he was asked by Stephen A. Flomo, who was riding the dick of Manny Pacquiao, because remember all that, oh, he got knocked out, right? And then now all of a sudden he's just riding the dick of Manny Pacquiao. I'm sorry, Lord, may you forgive me, but I have to say that because it's funny on how all of a sudden he's riding Manny Pacquiao. Stephen A. Flomo, you do not belong in boxing. I don't ever want to see you on a broadcast again. It's just to the fact that you know, it was funny on how the prize fighter from Vegas reacted. It's simply because he would never, and I repeat, he will never fight these young competitors because he's a gimmick. And those who still ride Floyd Mayweather can actually say to themselves, "Damn, Floyd, really?" I mean, even Andre Berto's not considered a young, hungry lion. You know what I'm saying? And it's just to the fact that Manny Pacquiao is very valiant. He's still got the goods. I think he's got about maybe 2 more fights in him. And it's more than likely he's going to fight Terence Crawford, and that's going to be one hell of a match when it goes down. The traps that Pacquiao set on Vargas was crazy. And I'm only going to say this once. And I want you guys to understand this. Manny Pacquiao is a legacy fighter. My man did a royal flush, dog. I mean, this guy is incredible, man. You can't take nothing away from him. And it was not a mediocre match. He fought the way he was supposed to fight at the age of 38. Now, 38, taking out a 27-year-old man, that's like a prime fighter. Like, come on. He's going to continue to do it. The prize fighter from Vegas will never do that again. And Manny Pacquiao was very humble, and he let Floyd, or the prize fighters from Vegas, should I say, slide with that one, because he knew that he was there with his daughter. He didn't embarrass him. Stephen A. Flomo tried to instigate, of course, but then, of course, you know, he told them straight off the bat, I'll fight whoever. So he was humble. He didn't embarrass Floyd Mayweather. But now, when asked about Terence Crawford, he said, it's good for me. 140, it's good for me. I fight whoever. And that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to fight whoever. Now, that's a legacy fighter. Not like the rest of you Al Heyman guys who are signed that just want more money. See, a lot of people, oh, he could have fought a Thurman. Oh, he could have fought a Porter. Oh, he could have fought... Broner, they want money. They want money that they're not worth. And it is what it is. I don't care what you guys are saying. Now, Manny Pacquiao, new champ. Let's get it. Now, you guys out there are probably going to say, when you run into this video, look at this dude celebrating. We knew Pacquiao was going to win. That's on the contrary. Most of you guys thought that Manny Pacquiao was going to lose. Most of you guys thought he was washed up. Most of you guys thought, oh, he's diminished. He needs to retire. Come on. Listen, Manny Pacquiao's going to fight until he feels like he can't fight anymore. And he's a senator. I mean, he's doing what he's good at. He's killing drug dealers, and he's whooping ass. I mean, come on, guys. This is God's warrior, man. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can say about it. The prize fighter from Vegas was very mad. It is what it is, man. You will never, and you guys have to understand, he will never be at the stage of Manny Pacquiao. He's still winning titles. Meanwhile, Floyd is retired. He's a gimmick. We had a great fight card. And I have to say that in 2017, boxing is definitely going to be at its peak. It was rumored that the Jacobs and Golovkin match is finally going to be made in February. Hey, you got Anthony Joshua wanting, you know, King Kong Luis Ortiz, man. Come on, it's gonna get crazy. Don't forget, I think what is it? Middle of this month on the 19th, I think, or the 20th. You have Mauricio Herrera fighting as well. You know what I'm saying? The best inside fighter today. I like to say peace to the guys that I was on Facebook with. You know, some cool guys, and we were kicking it. You know, Vice Ortiz, my man Tommy Donahue, and he made a point when he said Manny made us OGs proud. No doubt, he definitely did, man. Peace to my man Mark Paris Jr. Hashtag come back to boxing, my man. It was great kicking it with you, watching the fights, and my man Corey. You know what I mean? And George Cerna, of course. Reef Uatu, my man, the Watcher. Hashtag come back to boxing. You know, Tim LaHaye and a bunch of other great boxing fans and friends of mine. You know, Matt Marcel. You know, MMA Boxing Talk, and my man V Garcia. You know, TJ Carr, my man Bronx Cali, who happens to be right now vacationing in the Philippines. Hashtag come back to boxing, man. When you see Manny Pacquiao, tell him I said, great fight. You know, my man Jojo Yabez. You know, man, there's a whole bunch of you great fight fans, man. You know, you guys are great, man. Ben Lewis. I can't forget Ben Lewis, man. Hashtag come back to boxing, my brother. Definitely, man. He jumped on a little late. I guess he was taking care of responsibilities. I understood. But it's just to the fact, man, that boxing, or should I say competitiveness, is happening. You're gonna have to understand that all that pot shotting and all that pay-per-view numbers and all that, it's coming to an end. It's coming to an end. And before you guys who are rocking Pampers and making all of these accusations of legacy fighters not being good and all this, you have to understand that boxing was always competitive. It was never about pay-per-view numbers. It was never about contract money. It was never about cars. It was never about mansions. It was never about throwing dollars at stripper. That was a phase, and the phase stays retired. So understand, it's coming back. The competitiveness. You know what I mean? It is what it is. This was a great match. And that montage. Did you guys see that montage, man? Did you see that montage? The history alone before the Pacquiao fight. The montage they gave of all the greats, Aaron Pryor, Alexis Arguello, Tommy Hearns, George Foreman, Ali. I mean, the top rank. Top rank. Heyman is not messing with that. He's the new kid on the block. He's got years before he can actually put a montage together of greatness like that. So all of these gimmicks and all of this is out the window, and you guys don't matter anymore. Those guys that follow the money, you guys don't matter anymore. You know what I'm saying? You don't matter anymore. No man can capitalize on boxing. Ask Don King and ask Bob Arum. You guys cannot, and ask Oscar De La Hoya. You guys cannot make boxing your own monopoly. It'll never happen. None of you guys have the formula. But now I did say that if every promoter was to sit down and split the pie, it can belong to each and every one of y'all. See? But the greed. Now, the Andre Ward and Sergey Kovalev match is coming up. And I want to see exactly, well, not that I want to see it, but it's going to happen. The race card. A lot of biased, unknowledgeable guys are going to be pulling the race card. And then I can just see the excuses when Ward loses. Kovalev is a cheater, the scorecards, the judges, the ref, etc., etc. I'm going to save that for another time. I'm just making this special edition of Late Night Boxing Talk simply because I'm proud of Top Rank Boxing. These are the innovators about. These are the ones. This is the promotional company that has brought you great fights that you guys like to compare with these new Pampa cereal box faced fighters. Now, you've got Danny Garcia, who's supposed to be fighting very soon, coming up. He calls himself the best in the welterweight division. But then you've got a lot of people saying that Keith Thurman is, which he has proven that he is, because he has some bodies on his gloves, right? Then you've got other guys that are saying Errol Spence Jr., who whooped everybody's ass in the welterweight division, making these claims without it even happening. I mean, he just beat an Algieri. You know what I mean? So you guys got to understand, man, this is all coming together. It's all coming together. I'm glad that boxing is producing competitiveness again. It's a lot. It's coming back. It's embracing. You know what I mean? It's embracing the fact that in order to be a champion, you have to compete. It has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with any of that. And the guys that are on the opposite side of this lens watching this video that are actually saying, this guy don't know what he's talking about. It's always been about money. Yeah, I never said that. Never said that. But look what's being said, though. You dummies. Look what's being said. Look what Timothy Bradley pointed out on the broadcast. These guys wanted too much money. You know, it was the money wasn't right. So they were, what do you tell them? The money wasn't right. Exactly. The money wasn't right. Timothy Bradley took the money and fought him 3 times. Why Adrian Broner can't take 8 mil? He would have probably been in between the ballpark of maybe $6 million to $8 million to fight, right? And then supposedly Danny Garcia wanted 20 million, which he's not worth. You know, I'm just gonna laugh at you guys from now on. Every person, every person, I'm not even gonna call you a boxing fan. Every person that I run into in a boxing forum that starts talking about contracts and political fighters, they're political fighters. Every time you get into the politics, I am just going to just block you, and I don't want to hear it. I don't want anything to do with that because that's not boxing. That's not boxing. And this, what your idol did, was, may the Lord forgive me, it's a bitch made move. I will repeat this over and over again, and I don't care if you don't like it. If you don't like it, it's because it's the truth. Floyd Mayweather will never do what Manny Pacquiao has done. The only thing Floyd has done for himself was make a lot of money and retired undefeated. Now you guys are expecting, like, guys are thinking that he's gonna come back like Jesus and fight somebody. I guarantee you, he's not gonna fight a young, hungry lion like Manny Pacquiao's doing. Manny Pacquiao's giving opportunity. See, he's somebody. So what he's doing is his name is big. So when you do fight a Pacquiao, regardless, you're getting $4 to $6 million, which is a lot of money that a lot of people in this lifetime will never see in their lives, which is another shame and another part of greed of these fighters. You know what I mean? I mean, what do you think is gonna happen? What, they're gonna die or something if they get hit by Manny Pacquiao? I mean, are you that scared that what do you think? $6 to $8 million is gonna get you a new face or something? Come on, dude. Come on, guys. It's a fight. It's a fight. It's gonna happen. So you guys gotta understand, man. Competitiveness. That's what it's all about. The money will come if you fight. Who do you think? Who do you think their employers are? We are. We are. We buy the tickets. We buy the merchandise. So if we do that, we have a right to speak and demand fights. And fighters like Manny Pacquiao, Keith Thurman, regardless he's under Al Haymon contract, will oblige. That's the way it is. That's what a boxing fan's responsibility is. And most of you guys don't know that. You guys are too busy trying to be all leader-like and just pollute the sport with all this racism and support this fighter and support that fighter, and then you guys make videos that make no sense. I don't care. I'm going to tell you like it is. There's only a few uploaders that actually talk boxing and keep it boxing. You guys have to understand that when it comes to the sport of boxing, it's the hurt business. No matter how much money you're getting, you're still going to get hurt. I've stated in the last late night boxing talk that it's about putting these on first, because it's got to be here. If you don't have it here, then you're not going to fight. Look at Matisse. Matisse is a great fighter, but you won't see him because he doesn't have it in his heart anymore. Mike Tyson stopped fighting because he even said it. I'm not even going to do the sport like this anymore because I don't have it in my heart anymore. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. So you guys can't disrespect the sport like that and starting propaganda and starting gangs and stuff like that and talking all this stuff when you know nothing of the sport. You know what I mean? Piece of JR, the boxing junkie. I saw his Daniel Jacobs video, and he hit a lot of facts on that. You know what I mean? You guys have roundtable discussions and stuff like that, but you only talk about the same thing. But you don't talk about competitiveness, which is exactly what's being sold out to the dollar. So now you have legacy fighters like Manny Pacquiao, who's still doing it at 38 and still winning titles and taking these young hungry lions out of the jungle and teaching them how to hunt exactly, how to title hunt. You guys don't know anything, man. And I'm not downing any of y'all. It's just the realization. You can't bring that stuff down this way. Hashtag come back to boxing is too big, man. It's too big. It's too powerful for you guys to understand. You know, your man, Mr. Vegas, was upset today. He was mad. He was mad. And the same way he cried at that press conference, everybody hate me. Everybody going against me. That's what happens when you sell out to the mighty dollar and you try to make something and force something into a sport that has to do with throwing hands, and you go and you just try to make a wave or a trend where fighters are supposed to make millions on top of millions fighting nobodies. But and then when you do fight somebodies, they're too old, or you drain them too much, or you make them come up 2 weight classes, right? And you hug a lot, you hold more than your box. Then on top of that, a year later, you go and you defecate on these young fighters by saying, "I'm gonna call Al Heyman, and I'm gonna let him know that he's paying these fighters too much money." Wow, wow, what a backstab with a Rambo knife. You feel what I'm saying? Do you feel what I'm saying? Do the research. It's out there. Your boy said that. He was going to call Al Heyman and tell him that he's offering these fighters too much money. It's ridiculous. It's totally ridiculous. Watch my video, which is called the prize fighter from Vegas and his bitching. Excuse me, little cursing. Watch that. Watch that. And you see exactly what I'm talking about. Then go and do the research and look and see how he came out and said that. That's backstabbing. That's being self, what I'm saying, preserved. That's that self-preservation stuff. That's that Luciferian doctrine. That's that stuff where it's like, you hook everybody onto your bandwagon to make them believe that they can be you and they can reach their goal of making all this money, but and then you're taking it away now because everybody has potential to surpass 49-0. Chocolito Gonzalez is about to do that. And he's about what, 25, 24? The man's what, 44-0 now? He's not that far. He's not that far. What happens when Terence Crawford does it? What happens if Terence Crawford moves up to 147 and calls out the prize fighter from Vegas? What happens? What happens then? And I'm not no hater. I'm not hating at all. I just hate the politics. I just hate the stuff that has been going on. Because you guys are trying to rub and erase the facts within the sport. That there is a difference between a prize fighter and a legacy fighter. It's right in front of you. So congratulations, Manny Pacquiao. You got yourself another title, and you went and you schooled a young hungry lion in Vargas. And I take nothing away from Vargas. He fought valiantly. Everybody on that undercard fought valiantly, man. You know what I mean? And it's just to the point. And it's the truth. You can't compare the two. You can't compare the two. One is still fighting, and he's fighting past his prime. And he's doing that for a reason. He is showing everybody that a legacy is something that you're supposed to build. And the money will come. But a legacy is built in the ring, not outside. You know what I'm saying? And there were many fighters in Top Rank that have done this. They're still talked about today. So we can all agree that Manny Pacquiao is an all-time great. Can we? Can we all agree? Can we do that? Can we all agree that Manny Pacquiao is an all-time legend? An ATG? I think so. Let's get it. And if these fighters were to take $4 million for a fight, like let's just say Canelo Alvarez, his whole thing is about the A side and let's make money, right? Because that's what it's about. And then advantages as well, you know, having the advantage in the fight. So we can all agree. We can all agree. It's all in front of you. That the politics in boxing is as crooked as Hillary Clinton's political career, man. I'll be the Julian Assange of boxing. I will expose all of these boxes. It's all good. And everybody can just keep unsubscribing and subscribing and unsubscribing and subscribing and unsubscribing and subscribing. And it doesn't matter. Because regardless of the fact, the truth will always be out there and you run into it all the time. So back to Cinnabon Alvarez, the packet of duck sauce. He's got these excuses now where it's like, oh, you gotta have a lot of money, you know, and then, you know, I want to fight and I want to be the number one. And but in order to be the number one, you have to move up to 160. Kid, you're killing yourself. You're lacking nutrition. You know what I'm saying? Your bones are becoming brittle because you're not eating right. You're killing yourself to make 155 and your body's not comfortable anymore. So what's going to happen here? You're going to get sick. So you should go to 160. Fight Gennady Golovkin. He's the A side because he's the unified champion. He has the straps. You don't have a damn thing at 160. So you got to fight him. So go ahead and fight him. Why not? Why won't you? I hear you and Dave Lemieux are supposed to throw hands. I think Dave Lemieux will give you the business. Yeah, I believe so. Got a lot of weight bullies who want to fight smaller fighters. But it's all right. It's quite all right. All that'll go away. All that'll just go away. The thing here is that when these fighters have all these advantages taken away from them, and when they have to, you know, because it's gonna get to a point where the money's not gonna be good, so you're gonna have to fight that big name regardless to put on your resume. So what happens now when you turn that down? You get ridiculed. You get called stuff, and I don't understand how you boxing fans can actually back a fighter of that caliber up that's actually telling you, I don't care what you want, I'm not fighting. And then you guys are cheerleading. Oh my God, he's right. You know, I think that he deserves that money. But then you're gonna complain that the other fighter doesn't want to fight him when the other fighter is clearly saying, let's fight. But I'm the champ, damn it. You gotta fight me. You guys are backwards. You guys have been brainwashed, man. You guys don't know what you want. You don't understand what's going on. Now Manny Pacquiao wins the WBO title, knocked down Jesse Vargas, and you guys still think that the prize fighter from Vegas is greater than him. Well, it's funny. It's kind of funny. I'm over here reading, you know, my man Mark Paris Jr. His post on Facebook, and it says Manny Pacquiao wins a unanimous decision against Jesse Vargas to become the new WBO welterweight champion of the world. Good scrap, Manny, but I feel you should have let your hands go more. You could have knocked the guy out. The second round, you nailed him with the straight left hand down the pipe. And I have to agree with him. But at the same time, Manny's power's not there. He's older. You know what I mean? That was all momentum. He just happened to catch him really good. And to knock someone out, especially at the caliber and the youth of Jesse Vargas, is very, 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 very hard to do. Very hard to do. And my man Scoop Malinowski says Manny Pacquiao transcends boxing on the level of Muhammad Ali. Manny Pacquiao's example of incredibility, exciting boxing, honor, class, and humility saved the sport. Thank you, Manny Pacquiao. Nobody did it better. These are all compliments from real boxing fans, from writers. Where do you see that in the prize fighter from Vegas? Nowhere. Nowhere. You always get negative reviews. But let me guess. You guys are hating. You guys are racists because he's a black fighter. And yeah, sure, run the race card. Do what you want. Because you're the only guys that are sounding real dumb and uneducated about the sport when you do something like that. Happy birthday, Casey Morton. Gorgeous women's amateur fighter. Going into the pros very soon. Peace to Cindy Amador as well. And I like to say hello to the undisputed, undefeated, unified women's champion, Cynthia Brockhouse. Definitely. We have to start pushing women's boxing. And I've been doing it for a minute. And it's going to happen. You know, you guys have to understand, man. Manny Pacquiao's a legend. And there's nothing that you can do. There's nothing that you can say. You can make fun of the salt water all you want. The fact is, Memo Heredia, the PED guru, was working with Jesse Vargas. He's the guy that gives guys neck and back acne from his performance-enhancing drugs he passes off. And he's the guy that worked with Marquez for the 4th fight. And I'll say this again, do the research is out there. Marquez and Pacquiao had a no drug testing clause, you know what I mean, for that fight. So now you got to understand that knockout was basically a cheat. I mean, he was working on that punch, yes he was. But what was in his system? No excuses. Do the research. It's there. You know what I mean? A lot of you guys have been misinformed. A lot of you guys just don't want to understand the facts. There are a lot of things going on in boxing that a lot of you guys think you know what's going on, but you don't. You know? And just basically, man, I just want to say another thing, that a lot of you guys out there are very biased. You know, very biased. I don't like Pactards. I don't like Pactards because they exaggerate Pacquiao wins and Pacquiao fights, and that's not good. That's lying. I don't like Flomos, and it's not a racial term. Okay, it's not a racist term. A Flomo is somebody who exaggerates Floyd Mayweather's career, and I don't like you guys either, because you guys never talk about when he was Pretty Boy Floyd, which I think he was much better, much more competitive, and much more humble before he became Money Mayweather. See, there's a difference here. You guys become very biased. You know, very biased, and you guys got to stop it. There will be no more of that. No more of that. There will be no more comparing the prize fighter from Vegas to Manny Pacquiao. No more of that. Because we all know who's an all-time great between the two. Yes, Floyd Mayweather, the prize fighter from Vegas, deserves to be in the Boxing Hall of Fame. But who really tested himself in their careers between the two? It's simple. It's as simple as taking a crayon and coloring within the lines. You have a man who's 38 years old who continues to box and push himself. On top of that, having a very, very crazy tight schedule and still takes these young fighters to school. Hey, man, it is what it is, guys. Know your boxing. Respect Top Rank Boxing. Respect Bob Arum. Hashtag come back to boxing. My name is J.Cotto. Thank you for joining the special edition of Late Night Boxing Talk. Congratulations, Manny Pacquiao. Hashtag come back to boxing. Love each and every one of you guys. God bless. Stay vigilant. Peace.